Hey guys, Darkovika here. I know, there's still no face cam. I am still suffering from allergies and I still look like an absolute mess. I'm doing a lot better and I can go like 10 minutes without having to blow my nose out to death. However, while I've been kind of like incapacitated is what I meant to say, not, decapitated. While I've been incapacitated with allergies, I've been playing The Sims, and I happen to apparently create the best character I've ever created in The Sims. I've actually been... I tend to have this problem where I will make Sims, and I will play them for a day, and then never play them again. I do not return to the save. I'm going on like day 3 of playing this character, whose name just got flashed on screen. It is Professor Utonium from the Powerpuff Girls, Patrick Utonium. He is a level 5 nerd. Thank you very much. He's pretty legit. We're gonna go over his skills. And I have this whole thing going for him right now. Okay, you'll see why this is so perfect. So he's a master inventor. He's mastered inventing for a very specific reason. He is a level 8 athlete, also for a very specific reason. I did not intend to make him an athlete. I kind of needed to for scientific reasons. A level 7 cook because he lives by himself and is a sad, lonely person. He's a level 4 fisher, a level 6 gardener, a level 3 scientist because he's realized that science is important to his dreams, a level 7 handiness, a level 7 logician. Yes, that one happened on accident. He's level 1 at social networking. And he's level 2 at advanced technology. Oh, and level 1 at scuba diving. So, once upon a time, Professor Utonium lived on a boathouse in Paradiso. I cannot speak right now. Nothing is coming out the way that I wanted to. Isla Paradiso. Apart from having to fix lag like nobody's business in that island, he lived alone on that houseboat, intending to spend all of his time focusing on science. Well, he quickly learned that you really just can't spend all of your time focusing on science, not silence. You have needs that you need to take care of, and one of the most important needs that he had was his social need. So somewhere down the line, he became very, very close friends with the lovely Ladybug, which is a dog that he adopted as a puppy, and then she grew up. I am playing this solely on, like, no one's aging, because I realize that the goal that I've given him is extremely difficult to do without just starting as a young adult, and Utonium is not a young adult. He's an adult. He's come late in life to realize what his goal is. He's not a scientist, so he figured, you know what, I don't have a degree, I'm not a scientist, but I don't want to be lonely anymore. I can't find love. I'm a sad man. I don't want to adopt. You know what? We're going to do this crazy. There's no reason for him to not want to adopt. He just decided, you know what? If I'm going to adopt, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to create life. And so Patrick's lifetime wish is Monster Maker. His wish is to create 3 monsters. I'm not even, this is one of the DLC things, and I saw it, and I was like, wait a minute, this is so perfect. This screams Powerpuff Girls. Granted, the only monsters you can make in the game are mummies or Simbots, but you know what? I'm working with it. This is alternate universe Patrick Utonium. So, as of right now, Patrick is attending college. He's in the university town. He's not at home anymore. That's why Ladybug was all grayed out, because he can't see her. This is a building that I built myself. It's a library, quote unquote, because I for some reason I could not find the library that is right here. And I was like, why is there not a library here? So after several minutes of me obviously missing it by like a billion years, I was just like, screw it, and I made my own library. And it turns out there was already a library. So now there's 2 libraries, but this one's way, 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 way better. It's also probably, I think it's like 50,000 simoleons in value at least. As you can see, there's a tower here where you can stargaze in this advanced technology telescope. I don't know where they got it from, but you know, it's there. And it is a library, so having a full-on kitchen makes 0 sense. I forgot to wake up Bonehilda. Oh well, whatever. You know, give them all of their needs. So there's advanced technology fridge/stove. you know, advanced technology coffee maker. It's a very advanced library. And then this is the main library floor. You have your science room, because you need a science room in a library. You make robots. Here's a brain enhancer. Here's a science machine. Here's a chemistry station, a gem cutter, some cases for holding materials while you research witchcraft, which is just, you know, it's just an uncertain science. And then you have your inventing table, which is, you know, where Patrick is going to spend the majority of his time trying to make a time machine again, because I left it at home and I can't travel back in time. This is the music room, and I went a little crazy here, and I just got like a billion spooky paintings. So this room is like the spooky painting room. I have a lot of Sims 3 DLC, okay? This game is the game that I obsess over. Also, so you have an ability to play any of these instruments. You got a keyboard, a drum. This is a music room. You need that in the library, I'm sure, somewhere. This is the art room. You have a tattoo parlor, a fashion thingamajig that allows you to style people. You use it for making buildings. I can't think of the name right now. Architectural design thingy. You have some art tagging. You have a sculpture thingamajig, and you have your art easels. This is everything you need to be an artist, clearly. And of course, there are fire alarms in every room, because I tried playing Utonium for 5 minutes and he died. He set himself on fire. Moron. Anyways, despite this magnificent, expensive library, they have the cheapest computers known to man. I think I put the computers down before I had fully decided to make this library just the most ridiculously rich, wealthy library in existence. Wall-to-wall bookshelves, these lovely cubby windows. I never put drapes. They're so irritating. I can't stand them. I stuck this out here because, frankly, it needs its own room. It can't be in here with the computers and the books because it's a person talking into it and you know, broadcasting a radio. And you can't put it in here because you have artists. And you can't put it in here because they're broadcasting. Oh, I forgot. Advanced technology music instrument. You can't put it in here because these guys are going to be too loud for the broadcast. You can't put it in here because science. And that's just a bad idea. So there you go. That's this place. That's the only thing that I've made here. The main thing here is Professor Utonium, who is just, I don't know what makes him so hysterical, like so fun to play. But like just the fact that he actually has a lifetime wish to make 3 monsters. He's well on his way, by the way. I'm trying to track down all of the materials. I have to wait for a science thing to start before I can actually create the Simbots. Obviously I don't have it, and then I left to go to university because well, you know, Utonium isn't a scientist, so he decided to go into a job that is not quite an exact art. He went into ghost hunting. And to be fair, he's a very good ghost hunter. I think he's like a level 9 ghost hunter. He's level 9 in the career. So, you know, he's not a full-on scientist yet, but he needs to be a good father for the children that he's going to have. I will explain this outfit. He needs to be a proper parent with a typical job, a job that you can rely on for his monsters and Simbots, and you know, that involves getting a degree. So he's at college for a science and medicine degree so that he can become an official scientist. And in the meantime, you know, he's working on his skills. His science skill and his gardening skill. I think, oh yeah, I need gardening because I need to be able to plant a life fruit. So that's why he has a high gardening skill. You need to be a master inventor. And I have high athletic and high logic. Logic I need just because he's a scientist and it makes sense within the universe. But I also have it because as a master inventor, he has this item, which is, where is it? Oh, here it is. It's a miner, and it will start digging, and it will give you these it'll give you metals and gems and stuff, which you can then cut. But also, it it will dig tunnels deep into the earth. So like 20,000, or not 20,000 leagues, Journey to the Center of the Earth type of thing. And you find these caves, and there's like all these little text-based story adventures of him going off and doing things. But 9 times out of 10, he fails because he doesn't have high enough skills. So that's why I'm kind of boosting his athletics, because he needs apparently high athletics. Oh, that's the one thing I didn't build in this library, a gym. That doesn't make any sense. There's a gym here. This library is ridiculous. It does not need a gym. But we could still make one. Maybe I'll make one while I'm telling this story. Okay, so there's that. He has gone into the future, and I believe you can find some of the materials that he needs to make Simbots in the future. Now, I also kind of wanted to make a mummy, but I think someone has to die in order to resurrect a mummy. I don't really know. It has to do with the mummy's curse. I kind of looked it up, not really. Because I was like, what would I rather do? Make a mummy or make a Simbot? And I kind of want to make mummies because it's kind of cool, but I also want to make Simbots because they're basically people, just robots. The only problem with the Simbots is that they have one lifespan. They are not children or teenagers. They do not grow. They just eventually die. They're basically elders. They start life off as elders. All right, let's make a gym. Just because I'm recording, and you know what? I kind of want to make a gym. Okay, so we're gonna start here. We're gonna go this way, and then I'm gonna delete the walls that end up intersecting. Don't worry about it. We're gonna come this way. I also made a Ben 10 character and a Dexter character, and initially Dexter lived with Professor Utonium. And then I realized that playing Utonium was actually like a full-time job. So I'm going to make Dexter later. Dexter, in my universe, is adopted by Professor Utonium from his stupid teachers, or parents, whatever, same thing. They're all stupid compared to Dexter, who don't understand him. Oh, let's pick something. Yeah, it's whatever. Who don't understand him, and so I got that from a fan fiction, actually. I know, I can hear all of you groaning right now. It was actually one of the most eloquently written, and it felt like reading a classic, if I'm being perfectly honest. I know you won't believe me because I've used the magic word fan fiction, and there's so many negative stigmatizations about fan fiction. People just assume that all of it is about, like, smut. Not all of it, okay? Some of it is hurt and comfort and anxiety and learning how to be an adult. I'm not spending any money, so I'm just gonna pour lights on like nobody's business. There we go. I think it's enough light. You think it's enough light? I think it's enough light. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. And I turned the music off because I was listening to music from something else. So now there's no music. I'll probably like put music in or something. So that's why Dexter was living with Utonium in the beginning. And I took out Ben. I was really excited because in that fan fiction, Dexter and Ben later become like the best of friends. And I was like, oh, we're going to use advanced technology. This is an advanced library, okay? Dexter and Ben become like the best of friends, and I love it so much. Like, it's canon to me. That's how good this fan fiction was. Like, it's canon to me that Dexter and Ben are best friends because I loved it so much. It was so good. It was written like classic literature. It had references to characters from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Like, how could you not love it? I'm gonna match this up with the lights. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. It doesn't match up with that. What else do I need? No, the punching bag was in the other game, in Sims 4. I get confused often over which was in which. Subterranean simulation device. What the heck? The joy of farming in miniature, without any back-breaking labor required. Why spend the effort? Let these little industrious fellows do all the work and enjoy the fruits of their labors for as long as you desire. I don't understand. Why does it do? Anyways, so I think this is actually all that we need. We can put some floor-length mirrors on the wall because I think that's a thing that people use at gyms, right? See, Look at that. It's all legit, yo. This library is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous. Hey. Here we go. Most ridiculous and over. We don't need one there. What am I doing? There's just this random space. Whatever. We don't need one there. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. And then I don't want to put mirrors there because these are too close together. Perfect. Yes. Maybe I should, no, because then they're staring at each other. It's weird when you have to, like, stare at people. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. Alright, cool. Now I have a gym in this library. Hey, it's basically like Barnes & Noble in one of the Barnes & Nobles in LA. There's a gym right above it, and it scares me to death every time I go into that Barnes & Noble. It's just the worst. Like, someone drops a thing of weights, and it shakes the whole building. So there you go. That's what I've been doing while I've been suffering from horrible, horrible allergies. I've been playing through the early life and times of Professor Patrick Utonium, and I have been enjoying living out the canon that Dexter and Ben will become best friends, and in due time, oh, he went back home to his fraternity. No, you have. I put this here for you, okay? I put this hamper down so you could put your clothes in there, you filthy pigs. Ugh. You need to learn how to pick up your mess, children. Look at this. I put those in your room. You're supposed to automatically... Look at this. Look. Who took off their clothes in the kitchen? Oh my god. What does the upstairs rooms look like? Oh, look at this. This person knows how to put their clothes in the hamper. You need... There's a hamper. Okay, there's a hamper. There is a hamper. Use it. Oh, I can't even use your hamper anymore because it's so full. You know who's going to have to do the laundry? Professor Utonium, because he's a family man. I forgot to mention, Professor Utonium did, or I mean, he's not a professor yet. Utonium did go, oh, you can't hear the sound of the game. It's, for some reason, OBS isn't picking it up. For some reason, Utonium, or not for some reason, Utonium went to Egypt in order to, you know, get materials and stuff. So he's just a very well-traveled man at this point. Like, he's just been everywhere. He's doing all the things. Oh, God, I forgot about this. Okay, I didn't put a laundry basket in the bathroom. So, oh, wait, there's a laundry thing down here. Oh, I bought a laundry unit, and I put it in the garage because I didn't know where the laundry unit was. Well, there you go. Now I know. So there you go. There is the story of Professor Utonium. I'm having way more fun playing Professor Utonium in The Sims 3. Probably because it all feels like it could actually have happened. Like, Professor Utonium leads this life of daring and danger and adventure, and then finally collects all the materials required to create 3 perfect little girls, including, you know, Chemical X. And then he's just like, all right, time to make some children. He's also clumsy. I forgot to show you his simology. He's clumsy, a genius, family-oriented, he's eccentric, and he's a computer whiz. So there you go. I made him clumsy because, hey, he accidentally knocked Chemical X into the concoction. I remember way too much about those shows, like sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little girls, but Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born. Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil. I'm sorry, I had no social life as a child. I watched TV all day, every day. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. I think my allergies are making me crazy. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.